was really good when I was young. In fact, it might have been my favorite book growing up. Oh, we need more light in here.
Blake!
I'm sorry, God. I always believed in you. I always meant to pray to you for all these years, but I got distracted.
Blake!
For years. El Diablo made me his bitch.
No, you twit. Listen to what I have to say.
Ow. Who are you?
I am the highest of the Lords of Order. Now, Blake, a great rift has occurred. The Internet, while a great tool of the modern era, has become a home and breeding ground for hatred, be it misguided or not. For negativity breeds negativity.
So then, what is it that you need from me?
To be the voice of reason in a cloud of hatred. Be the one who can both defend and slay the works of man.
How? How can I do this?
Hold out your hand. I bestow upon you the mystical Eragon gem, which gives you the power of the full order. You must learn to harness its power through the trials ahead of you. Do not fail us.
Okay. Do I have a choice in this matter?
No! I'm fading away now. Don't fuck this up.
How does this thing work?
I summon the power of the gem. Awaken! By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!
Come on! In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Did he leave instructions for this at all? Screw this. Just gonna go watch a movie. You. I have a score to settle with you. What the? I think we're finally rolling.
Wind howled through the night, carrying a scent that would change the world.
Oh, hello. My name is... I guess I better make a name for myself. Try Tri-Gem. Yeah, I like that. I'm Lord Tri-Gem, and let me tell you about adaptations. The transition from medium to medium has always been a tricky process, especially from literature to film. Growing up, I've always appreciated both, but I always had that one friend who hated the movie version of a book because it didn't include this or it didn't include that. And I've always disliked that mentality. A film has just as much creative force thrown into it as a book does, arguably even more so, as there are hundreds of people who work on a single film, and many films have to be shot and edited in a year or less. But with that said, not all films are created equal. Enter Stefan Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer? Is it Fangmeyer? It's spelled like this. Never heard of him? Well, maybe you should have, as he might just be one of the best visual effects supervisors of the 1990s. His resume includes Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Jurassic Park, and even Galaxy Quest. One day, in the mid-2000s, Stefan decided that he wanted to take the director's chair, so 20th Century Fox set him up with Eragon, based on the novel of the same name. Eragon, written by Christopher Paolini, or is it Paolini? Paolini? Is the story of a young man who becomes the rider of one of the last dragons in the world.
I am the last one.
And is then thrust into adventure, befriending elves and dragons, fighting sorcerers and monsters, and discovering his power so that one day he might be able to take on the evil King Galbatorix. It's like Star Wars with Lord of the Rings characters. Actually, reading this again, it's almost exactly like Star Wars with Lord of the Rings characters. But more on that later. So, is the film as bad as people say? Yeah, but let's give it a fair chance anyway. This is book versus movie, Eragon. But before we begin, let me make a statement about this show. Although this show is, by definition, a compare and contrast show, and I will be comparing the book and film the entire way, both the book and the film will be judged strictly by their own merits. The book will not win because it included an event or character that the film didn't, and the film won't win by making an event or character better than it was in the book. Either the book will win based on the text it holds, or the film will win based entirely on its own content. Got it? Okay then. We begin our movie with the tale of the Dragon Riders, narrated to us by Jeremy Irons.
There was a time when the fierce and beautiful land of Allegasia was ruled by men astride mighty dragons.
You sit up in bed very quick. Just say, get out! Just get out! Get out of here! Go back to your room and never come back in here until I call you.
We learn that the riders were killed off by one of their own, Galbatorix, who took over the land of Allegasia as the new king. And I have to say, so far, the movie isn't looking too bad. There's some lovely sky imagery, and the dragon fight looks kinda cool. We then cut to...
Our story begins one night as Arya, an ally of the Varden, rides for her life.
Oh, Jesus, you can stop narrating now, Jeremy. The hell? Who's that?
I suffer without my stone.
My stone, but that's Galbatorix? We meet our protagonist, Eragon, played by Ed Spilliers. Who's that, you ask? You might recognize him as Jimmy Kent from Downton Abbey.
Miles away, a young boy ventures out hunting. His life and Allegasia will never be the same again.
For the love of God, stop narrating! We get it! He's the main character. Something important's about to happen to him. We can figure this out on our own. So please, shut the fuck up! Screw it. The woman gets cornered by Durza, the Shade. Holy crap, did you see that? That deer just exploded. Oh my god, PETA's gonna have a field day. So, instead of worshipping this stone like a god... No one else does this? Just me? Eragon takes it into town to try and sell it to Sloane the Butcher.
What is this? Some kind of stone?
I found it.
Stole it, more likely.
I was hunting. Hunting in the spine.
The spine? Oh, how dreadful!
Put it back.
Hello? Is no one going to say why the spine is bad? Anyone? Bueller?
Hey Blake, what have you been up to today?
I was frolicking. In the field.
The field?
Yes, the field.
By God. The field?
The field.
The field.
The field! Eragon goes back home empty-handed, and we see his Uncle Garo and Cousin Roran. And... is it just me, or are these two twins?
What happened?
I swear to God, these two actors look exactly the same. But I guess that won't matter for long as Roran suddenly decides...
I'm leaving.
Why even include a character if he's literally going to leave 2 minutes later? I mean, I know he leaves early on in the book, but Pauline at least gave us some time to get to know Roran before he had to go, and why it might be just a little heartbreaking that they have to go their separate ways. But in the movie we get... Duh, we like to fight with sticks. Bye, character we just met and isn't in the rest of the movie. We're not gonna miss you. So after Roran leaves, we get this scene. Oh my god, it's so cute!
Are you?
I mean, it's okay, I guess.
Well, you're not a bird.
That guy are smart. So he tries to pet the dragon, but there's a flash of light and everyone important to the plot wakes up from sleeping. For whatever reason.
Where is it?
Too late. It's hatched.
Wait a minute! You knew it was an egg? Why did you call it a stone? It's an egg! It's not a stone, it's an egg!
Look at what you did.
What? What? Don't look at me like that. Oh, if I spell out every single difference between the book and the movie, we're gonna be here all day. We cut to...
My king, Galbatorix.
No!
The dragon has hatched.
No! He's still in this movie!
Beyond these borders
Are remnants of the resistance.
dwarves, elves, the Varden.
I can't let them have hope.
Nothing can kill a show like too much exposition.
What's truly frustrating about this is Galbatorix didn't have a physical presence in the book. He was like Fire Lord Ozai from Avatar: The Last Airbender. You never saw him, but his hold on the characters was all too real. The mystery behind this villain made him all the more frightening. But if you just show him, all that fear and mystery go out the window. Especially if he looks like a British actor who couldn't be more disinterested. Anyways, Eragon is wandering the streets when he comes across Brahm, played by Jeremy Irons. And I swear, by all that is righteous and holy in the world, that Jeremy Irons is the single best thing about this film. That said, this scene is still a little odd. Why? Well, he's telling the same story that he narrated at the beginning of the film.
A time of dragons and dragon riders.
Why? He already did this. Is he narrating now? Why would he narrate what he already narrated while still in character? Even when this film gives me something I like, it still makes my head hurt. So Brahm's speech inspires Eragon to teach his dragon to fly.
I think you need to fly!
Ditch him! Ditch him! Go on! Go on! Be free! Be free, you majestical creature! But then, Eragon's Gedway Ignacia starts to light up and... Well, in Carvajal they say that Saphira's small body grew 3 sizes that day. I mean, seriously. Seriously? Filmmakers, you should know better. Even if it is a magical creature, it doesn't just grow that rapidly without just cause. Especially when, surprise, surprise, the book handled it much better. Her growth was rapid to be sure, but she became as big as a house in a couple of weeks, not a couple of seconds. That said, the design of the dragon is actually pretty cool.
I have waited 1,000 years to hear your thoughts, and now you can hear mine. I am Saphira, and you are my rider.
So Eragon sneaks into Brom's tent to learn more about dragons. But Brom doesn't seem to be in a sharing mood all of a sudden.
Get out! How big will they grow? When do they breathe fire?
Keep your voice down.
You mock the king in front of his soldiers.
Better ask forgiveness and permission.
Oh, come on! That sword was obviously painted red prior to shooting. Did the prop master just not care?
Better ask forgiveness and permission.
Then tell me. Tell me about the dragons. Go home.
On his way back, Eragon discovers that Sloane is selling him out to the Razak.
The boy took it with him. He lives on a farm, the furthest one in the valley.
How this is accomplished, I don't know, because the Razak don't seem to be able to talk in the movie. But the race is on to get back home and save Garrow. Saphira doesn't think it's safe, but Eragon isn't having any of that.
Take me down now!
You're giving me no choice!
But it's too late. The Razak have come and gone, leaving behind a dead uncle.
I should have been here to warn him. This is your fault!
How is this Saphira's fault? You were running at full speed, and she was flying at full speed, in the same direction, I guess, and the Razak still beat you home. And that raises another problem. If the Razak are that fast, why didn't they wait for Eragon to get there? Were the Razak just in a hurry? So Brom enters, and this happens.
You! I'm not going anywhere. Not until I bury him.
There.
What are you doing?
Funeral fit for a king.
So Durza starts rallying his troops because...
The farm boy evaded the Razak.
How? How did the Razak lose them? Especially when they move so fast. Were they even trying?
Better ask forgiveness and permission.
Our heroes enter Derrit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Which, in the film, seems to be a pitiful swamp town. I'll bitch about this later.
Come back, meet me here. I won't be long. Don't talk to anybody.
And Eragon does the exact opposite.
Do you wish Angela to read your fortune?
But I have no money.
Did Angela ask for money?
Why are you talking in the third person? So, I guess because Angela just feels like it, she reads Eragon's fortune.
But there is a doom upon you. Part of it lies in a death that rapidly approaches.
Well, gee, spoilers.
And a girl. She calls to you.
Yes, she does. So, what was the point of that? I mean, yes, Angela is in the book, but her impact was a lot stronger than, by the way, someone's going to die, just heads up. Bye, Angela!
I have to
to do everything myself.
The fortune teller.
Did she tell you about him? Huh?
The Urgles chase them around until Eragon does this.
Eragon! Eragon.
And now that Eragon's unconscious, I think I will bitch about Derrit now. For the film, they condensed the events of 3 different cities into one. The Urgle attack in Yazuak, the fortune reading in Tair, and the fact that Derrit exists. In fact, why even call it Derrit? Why not call it Yazuak or Tair? Why Derrit? Nothing happens in Derrit. Derrit is the smallest inconspicuous space you could ever see. Why Derrit? Why is it a swamp town? Why were they even there? Why was Angela there? Why? Why? The hell? I think I better take a break here. What the fuck is going on? Get a grip on yourself! Who are you?
Who indeed? Those Lords of Order sure know how to pick 'em.
You know them?
Only about as much as you do, I'm afraid. You hate this movie, don't you?
Yes.
Good. Good. Then I can ease your suffering.
I don't think that's a good idea. The Lords of Order chose me to carry this out. I'll finish it.
Then finish it you shall. I'll be watching. But remember this. Where there is order, you will also find chaos.